In 2020, four friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This
Are you trying to be quiet?
resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated
Family
the
in the
order,
room or something?
and led us to making this
Jeez.
podcast. You see me look to the side like, we are far from experts, and I promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own unless you disagree. Please sit back and enjoy. Beck did it better. We are all the way up to album 152. And from 1979, 80, kind of, this is complicated. It's Pretenders by the Pretenders. Now, did you listen to Pretenders 2? Because that's their next album, which, by the way.
Is that the one with the leprechaun in it? Oh, no, that's
The
leprechaun.
I'm the leprechaun.
I'm
the leprechaun.
I'm going to space. I'm the leprechaun.
Did you say that, Rob? Did you say that I promised to do no research instead of we promised?
You didn't hear that flub.
Rest of us supposed to do research?
Is this? Are you slowly trying to take this thing over as your podcast?
That was a flub. That's on me. I'm going to accept the responsibility for that. I was distracted by pushing buttons and generally keeping this whole thing in order and trying to decide what we're going to do today for excitement. Because we definitely haven't talked in the last, 5 days. We've done now 4 episodes and we're all burned out. We definitely don't. Maybe we're regretting getting together tonight to record this, but that's not us. That can't be us at all.
Never that.
Listen.
Regrets.
Guys,
Regrets.
I don't have time to talk to you. I need to turn on the radio. Now, you might say to yourself, oh, Rob, you've got the summer off. You don't work. You wake up when you want. You do what you want all day. You must have had so much time to do this parody song. It must be such high quality. The answer is not really. I did this in the last 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not proud of this parody song.
Try to give me more time.
This is what my shitty parody songs sound like. So think if I really put effort into it, how good I would be. At the end of the show, Rob gets silly. He gets distracted, talks forever, gets mad, upset. He wants to keep on talking. Rob's joking. Pace is slowing. You're tired enough. Rob's fired up. There's no stopping. Russ's head is throbbing. Rob's talking. He's talking. He's unfocused. Hey, everybody. Welcome to K-Rob. K.
Oh, no.
B. Who knows? If you thought this was a song where Rob was going to apologize for making jokes at the end of the show, I got news for you, buddy.
Don't worry.
I don't think so. And I don't think it's so. Like with a needle and thread. I mean, that's just an example of a joke I might make at the end of the show. Oh, yeah. Here's what happens at the end of the show. Rob tells a 10-minute long joke. Don't worry.
Here it comes.
Eat shit. End of the show. It is a struggle. I'm laughing because of Rob. The episode time doubles. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Eat shit. Don't worry. Eat shit.
I'm so lazy.
Don't worry. Eat shit. Don't worry. Eat shit.
When you want to hear about the greatest
Honestly, I can hear a full-length song of Don't Worry, Eat Shit. I really could.
Just too lazy to look it up online.
Now, why were we making that joke at the end of the last episode? Who knows? It's a mystery. Nobody remembers exactly why we're talking about Bob McFerrin, but
I've got the perfect podcast for you.
I don't know either.
nobody does. It doesn't matter.
I
We
can't
just
remember
were
that
doing
long
it.
ago.
It's something we did. So, welcome everybody. This is Beck Did It Better. And listen, we are talking about Pretenders by The Pretenders. And I've got 3 guys here who love The Pretenders. Oh, wait, no, I misread that. They love pretending to like doing this podcast.
Oh, yes.
I've got Matt. What'd you say?
I'm the great pretender. Is that what we're doing? Is that not it?
Oh, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I wear a condom.
Doing well.
Oh, what? Oh, the condom fell off. Matt, in Minneapolis.
Rob, why are they so big?
You know what? Guys, should we all go buy condoms after this episode and just see what that's like again. Let me ask you this. Do you think if you were in bed and you were getting intimate with your significant other and you put on a condom, would that throw them off? I think my wife would be like, wait, what? Let's introduce a condom. Let's all do that and see how it goes. And that's content for the next episode.
Rob, you got to be safe after riding that Peloton bike in Vegas, right?
You have to. And I got bit by a monkey. I don't know if I told you guys about that story, but it was
I cut the tip of my finger off after I talked to you guys last, and I've been wearing a finger condom for 2 days. And believe me, every time I put the finger condom on, I have to think of Rob. Like it looks like a real condom.
Okay, no, wait a minute. No, just wait a minute. Wait a minute. What happened? Why are you wearing a finger condom?
Because I was trying to chop some broccoli on Saturday night, and I cut
Are you really going to say chopping broccoli and you're going to leave that out there like?
I was chopping broccoli, and I sliced the shit out of my finger.
Do you eat broccoli as a post-podcast snack, like a late-night snack, and gross. You cut up broccoli?
No, Anna does, though. Anna, she'll come in the kitchen and, find leftover broccoli and eat that for a late-night snack.
Leftover broccoli? There's no such thing. It's all leftover broccoli. It's all leftover. Nobody's ever made broccoli on purpose. They've been like, oh, good, here's a bunch of broccoli. The point of broccoli is you cut most of it off. You just get rid of most of it, and then you just get the hairy part, right?
But we talked on Friday, and then Saturday I went to a kid's birthday party. But before I went to the birthday party, I stopped by my buddy's Al's house, and Al had some cachaça from Brazil he wanted me to taste. So I tasted the Brazil, and then there was a couple of Modelos at the birthday party, and I came home and had a mezcal Negroni with Anna.
Beer in America.
And then I was trying to cut this broccoli, and I think I shouldn't have been cutting broccoli at that moment, and I sliced the shit out of my finger. And then anytime I want to cook or wash my hands, I got to put the finger condom on. And it even has the reservoir tip at the end, the whole thing. It looks like
you gotta squeeze it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it brown? The first condom I ever used?
No, it's just a white one. But I'm down to my last one. I keep reusing it. I had a bunch of them, and now I'm down to my last one. So I got to keep putting it back in the first aid kit and using it.
I did that in college too. Save money. I get it. Smart. I've got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, Rob. You got all sad, so I feel sad too.
Let's
talk about the Pretenders.
God, how'd you know I'm sad? I'm always sad. That's my baseline now. Russell, Minneapolis, how are you doing?
Rob, this podcast is a mercy mission from 4 voices our listeners never want to hear again.
We're not even disguising our contempt for the podcast anymore. I've got Aaron out in California. Now, Aaron recently, I feel like I've been doing a lot of across the seas joke, but Aaron recently traveled overseas. He went to France, and he had a Gaelic axe sent back as a package.
Okay.
Yeah. You can tell because he has a foreign accent.
Oh. Wow. That's a bad
whole
joke.
Thing?
And my axe.
You know what? Everybody, stop your sobbing. Let's talk about Pretenders.
All right. Now, let's get into
I think we have to ask first, what's the difference between the Pretenders and the Replacements? Same band or different band?
I think one has Chrissie Hynde and one doesn't is the biggest difference.
Let's get into our voicemail.
We have voicemail.
Dumb shit listeners.
Never know. Sometimes we have zero. Sometimes we have 1,000.
Dumb shit listeners. Listeners. Fuck off.
Fuck off. Your callers are so stupid. You can kiss my ass. Fuck off. I pushed the wrong button. This is on me. It's my bad.
Stupid.
Hey guys, do you guys really think you have what it takes to be teachers? Aaron, especially you with all your plans. Do you really think you have it? I really need to know if you guys think you could cut it in the teacher's lounge. And when I say cut it, I mean cut a rug.
Okay, we're going to cut that off.
What is going on?
Well, it might have been, maybe that person was having some margaritas with maybe somebody else who was actually cool and you'd want to spend time with in a bar. And he said to them, oh, we don't have any voicemails, so please call. So she made a call sitting right next to me. But here's the question. Do you guys actually think, because here's the deal I was thinking, teaching is so bad that we get 3 months off and everybody just kind of, and people make fun of it, and I get that. But people just kind of accept it, yet nobody wants to be a teacher, right? Everybody acknowledges it sucks balls. Do you guys think you could be a teacher? Because I know for a fact I couldn't do any of your jobs. There's no way I have the skills to do that. Let's just Let's just say that. Aaron, could you be a teacher?
But I want to be clear. I don't think I have ever on this podcast said anything about teachers having it easy. No, I don't think I could do it.
On the post-game shows, you've said quite a bit, Aaron, if I remember correctly.
You were into the contractual nuances last time I talked to you about it.
I did get into the contractual. I had a lot of discussions with. I lost some. I don't know. I might have burned some bridges.
On steps and ladders.
Yeah.
No, listen. I was 100% in support of the teachers union.
Aaron's like, the number one thing we need is more teachers in the library, so I don't have to do this shit. To get all these parents in the library, it's a pain in the ass.
No, I don't think I could be a teacher. No, thank you.
But Aaron, you think you'd be a good teacher or not? What would you bring to the teaching game? What would make you a good teacher? What would make you a bad teacher?
I feel the same about teaching that I do about some things like being a chef or being a bartender. Like, I think I could make one good drink, and I think I could do one good 1 hour lecture on something I cared about, but I couldn't teach every day and keep it fresh and keep the kids interested. Like, I think I could like walk in and do one thing where they like laughed at me after I left and made fun of me, but it was like they didn't like beat me up. But otherwise, no.
I think another problem you have, and I know we've tried to keep this off the air, okay, and maybe I'll beep this out, but your last name is Lick Hardcock. And I think
what?
I think that would be a problem.
That would make me a target. I could see how that would. Yeah, I could see how that one would be hard to overcome.
Yeah, that would be a problem. I think that would be hard to overcome.
Feels like, Well, now I've been outed. Now everyone knows my true identity. So that's unfortunate.
Russell's uncle's going to call us out for saying we're giving away too much information.
I know. That's on me.
How about you, Matt? Do you think you'd be a good teacher or not?
No. And, it's a double-edged sword. I used to be one of the people that would make fun of teachers for having all this time off, right? Well, then they would say, you could be a teacher. And I thought, you know what? I could. It's a choice. You make a choice. There's gives and takes. It's with any job you do, there's gives and take. The only thing that drives me, it brings my irk level up just a little bit of a nod, is that it doesn't go both ways with teachers most times. Because they'll be like, oh, gotta get back to school, or it's so bad. And it's like, hey, you guys have a choice. You don't have to be a teacher, right? And I don't have to listen to all this complaining about being a teacher. But it's a two-way. I mean, it's like anything in life. You don't have to do it. Some people love it. Some people are stuck. Some people don't know what else they would do, and that's for people in investments. That's for people in marketing. It's the same thing with anything. So,
do you guys work with anybody? Do you guys work with anybody who just should not have that job? That's the worst thing to see. That's the worst thing to see as a teacher, is like somebody who's just like, you'll never, like, I could show you everything I know. I could teach you everything and you'll never be a good teacher. Like, you suck as a teacher. Like, that's just the way it is. You should be, I don't know what. If you can't teach, what do you do? I maybe go into administration, I guess. I don't know what.
2 weeks in a row.
Sure. But you guys work with somebody who just sucks? I like to hear that.
All the time.
We actively have a person in my office, and I'll just say on one of the floors that I work on, who we're worried. It's an honest discussion between like the people that are sitting there every day. Like, does this person have another job? Are they one of those people that have 2 jobs and like they're getting paid by, like, it's like, what is this person doing? And none of us have like the authority to do anything, right? We're not upper middle management like Rosie, so we can't.
Can I,
fill out the TPS report and
without giving away too much, Matt? Why do you think this person has another job? That's such a curious thing to think about somebody like.
Because they're never around and they never answer anything and they never get anything right, and they just, it's like, what are you doing all day? So I don't know.
Do you think we work too hard? Is that the problem? Like, should we just be dumb shits and just be like,
no,
we suck at this?
No,
I don't know.
You shouldn't. That's a horrible way to go through life.
I've been middle management now for a long time, but I learned
middle management, Rosie. Don't sell yourself short.
Upper middle management.
Yeah.
I learned really quickly that like, you should be saying no to your boss like a lot more often. Like, you can say no to a lot more stuff.
What?
You don't like, yes.
See, Russell's the boss. So now he's
a lot of different ways to say it, but like, you can say no, or like, maybe, or just like,
let me ask you this.
Like, you can get away with a lot more than you think.
Let me ask you this. What if I have an assistant who works for me, right? Yeah. And it's their job to help me do stuff, right? Okay. And I ask for one kiss. Just one little kiss. One little kiss. That's a big deal now?
No. Not doing this.
All right. No. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Russell, could you be a teacher?
You know what? I think there are aspects of teaching I would enjoy and be good at, but there are two problems that I would have. One is I am not a patient person, and teaching would take an incredible amount of patience that I do not intuitively have. If I had to ramp it up as part of my job, I probably could, but it's not something that comes naturally to me. So one, that would be a problem.
I feel like you either need to work at an exclusive private school. That's what I feel like. Or you'd be a better college professor than you would be like a junior high or high school teacher.
Oh, yeah,
and I think you'd be an
that.
excellent college professor.
The other thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever done like Myers-Briggs or any of those personality tests, but I'm like on the far end of two certain things. One is judging, and one has to do with like, I forgot the letter, but it's like logic. I think rationally about overthink everything like that. And so when things don't make sense to me, I can't handle it. So like, I think I would have a hard time dealing with students who were doing stuff that didn't make sense to me. I think a colleague of mine once highlighted in a Myers-Briggs test, it said, Russ doesn't have time for things that don't make sense. And I don't have time for things that don't make sense. And I think that would make me a bad teacher.
Radiohead being 20th on this list doesn't make sense to you?
Doesn't make sense to me. I think it's horse shit. I think it's don't worry, eat shit.
Like when I put on deodorant and you can't smell me. It make no sense. You know what I mean? Like
no sense.
There's no sense.
I don't know, Rob. Which of us do you think would be the best teacher? You know us well enough to know who would be a good teacher and who wouldn't. What do you think? Fuck, marry, kill. Matt,
you know
Aaron,
what?
or Russ as a teacher.
I got to admit, I think it's Aaron. I do think it's Aaron.
No.
Like Aaron, the fact that he's put in the time to do the library. But I think Aaron would be a great teacher. I think all you guys would be great. I'm telling you, teaching is not hard. You just sit there and you're like, hey, like, doesn't this suck? And the kids are like, oh my God, the teacher thinks this class sucks. And then you're like, no, here's a test or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Do teachers live for the time off? Like, is it like I do this because I get 10 weeks in the summer or whatever it is and all this stuff?
No, teachers do it because they are all little dictators. They all wanted attention. All teachers are
want to
older.
be in charge.
Yeah, they're all the oldest siblings. Like they all want people to listen to them. I mean, you should go to a teacher meeting and hear how much other teachers talk. And then all the other teachers are like, oh my God, they're talking all the time. It's so annoying. It's like, yeah, we all want to be the one talking. We all want attention. That's why we are teachers. That's the way it is. We will teach the same thing. I have taught the same thing now for 18 years. 18 years. I have taught the same intro, the same lessons. And it's great because they have to listen to me. They have no choice. They must sit there and listen to the same joke I make every year.
Rob, what percentage of teachers do you think would keep teaching if tomorrow they said, hey, we're going to a full year school year. You get 2 weeks, you get 15 days of PTO or vacation throughout the year, but you're working the whole year.
You might get 10% to stay on. That would be about it. I would bet. Because
it's a huge perk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's giant. I mean, just imagine your job right now. Everybody leaves and you get to reset with everybody brand new. So all the mistakes you made, nobody knows about any mistake you made. Nobody knows about anything. You can just restart and be like, actually, I'm really cool. And last year I did a great job and I'm a great teacher. And everybody's like, oh, he must be telling the truth. Like it's
blame it on like a horrible class mixture or something. Oh, it was just bad mixture of kids last year. Well, it just didn't work out well.
Yeah.
It wasn't my deodorant. They just...
Right. I didn't wear deodorant. I got lightheaded. I wanted to kiss my assistant. That's not my fault. We are resetting. This is a brand new year.
I have a question. What made Suzanne a good teacher and what made her a terrible teacher?
What she was really good at? I should tell you this right now. What she was really good at is getting kids to admit when they fucked up and did something really bad. If we had a kid who did something wrong, like we know this kid, did something terrible, we would send him to Suzanne and Suzanne would just be like, so what do you think happened? And just eventually she would be like Columbo and just eventually like get it out of him. And she was so good. Whereas I go in and I'm like, I'm the best. You're going to listen to me talk for 10 minutes. This is why this is wrong. And at the end, I'm like, I don't really know if he did it. Suzanne was so good at getting that out of them.
You know what would make me a terrible teacher?
What's that?
I'm a sweaty dude. And like, if I've got to be up in front of a crowd in like presumably a school with bad air conditioning and like you have to open the windows, like 85 degrees, me standing up in front of a room of students for like 40 minutes would just be nonstop. Can you believe how much this guy sweats up there?
Listen, Russell, the good news is the great thing about working with middle school kids, they will never, ever make fun of a chubby guy in front of the classroom teaching. That's just not something that happens. They don't do it.
It's time to see what everybody's
That's the fully rational part.
Yeah. Rolling, going.
I also have to ask you, Rob, this is a thing I think I would have a hard time. I feel like I need to be in control of the success of what I'm working on. And if I were to work with students and some of them weren't doing well, I would take that very personally. How long did it take you as a teacher to kind of get over taking a student's, whether they do well or don't do well, and not taking it personally as how well you did?
Oh, you never do. It's always a blast. Like when a kid doesn't do well, you're like, am I a shitty teacher? Like no matter what, you're like, every year, it happens every year where a kid struggles and you're just like, I could do a better job with this. Like it's always, because you can't be like, oh, it's the kids. Because yeah, of course, they're middle school kids. We all know middle school kids. They're the worst.
Parents. It's the parents.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't that the next?
And then you're a middle school parent at home and they're like, can you help your child? No, motherfucker, I can't help my kid with math. You help him with math. I'm busy. I'm playing video games. I don't have time for this stuff.
I was up late recording a podcast.
Yeah. My kids are always coming on, oh, I can't sleep because you're doing the podcast. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Rob, have you ever not gotten a test graded and returned your students on time because of the podcast?
Well, I told you, no, of course not. I always get it. I say to them, oh, did you just ask me about the test? That's it. One more day. You don't get it back. One more day. Well, I haven't graded them at all. I'm like, that's on you. If you're mad, blame Charles over here. It's his fault. But you know that I did tell you that one time I moved my couch. There's just some kid's test under there, ungraded. I was like, oh shit. The idea of me lying on the floor grading test, that was so funny to me.
Was there a sandwich next to it?
Yeah,
this is the best part. I tell the story about you teaching all the time to people I know. And so we haven't talked about it in forever. And it's still my favorite story ever is when you talk about you're going to put on some sort of show on the TV for the middle school kids. And then you tell them, like, I don't want you to laugh. It might be a little nudity. Just don't laugh. And then they pay attention through the whole thing. And then there is no nudity. And then they're like, what? Like, oh, sorry, wrong one.
I was like, oh, there wasn't nudity in that video about photosynthesis. That's so weird.
They paid attention to the entire thing. Didn't say a word.
Rolling, going. Listen, I'm going to start rolling going today because I've got to say this. I need to give a spanking of the week.
Can I keep my shorts on again this time, Rob, or do I?
It's time for Big Papa
shorts
Rob to
wearing
give you the discipline you crave. It's time for the official.
I love how there's a horn on.
Spanking of the week.
This spanking of the week goes out to Aaron. Now,
I was expecting.
What I have
you know what it's for, Aaron, or not?
No, I just figured that's where this was going.
I've got to say, I just have a sound clip here titled "Aaron is a wet blanket." Okay, now I was informed that I can't make this a make fun of Aaron segment, so I'm not going to do that. But I just want to point out, this was last week. We were doing "Under Pressure" by Queen. Russ and I do a great version of Vanilla Ice over the top. Now, I have cut out the music so you can hear Aaron's response. So half of us, 50% of us, are having a great time doing Vanilla Ice. Listen to Aaron the Wet Blanket come in on a comedy podcast and listen to him just drop the hammer on us.
David Bowie, the song is Under Pressure. You've got claps and finger snaps alternating here.
Man, speaking of influences on George Michael. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
All right,
you go for it, Aaron.
Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something. Grab a hold of me tightly.
Flow like a hawk, both daily and nightly. We don't want to stop. Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll go to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage, watch jump like a candle. Dance.
It's not the same beat, though. It's hot. I can't. I mean, when I listen.
Just hop in there.
I was riffing on the Vanilla Ice interview. Don't you guys know the famous Vanilla Ice interview where he's trying to prove that he wasn't actually?
Yep.
He's like, no, mine's different. If you listen, he goes, doom, 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 doom.
So you're being ironic.
I was quoting Vanilla Ice.
Rob, you know, I need a spanking of the week.
And now an apology from
I gotta give Aaron an apology.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
That Does It Better podcast. Oh, yeah.
We haven't done a Beck Did It Better apology in a long
Aaron,
time.
I have to give you an apology of the week. That's my bad. I screwed up. Okay,
I was just trying to do a bit. I was trying to get on the
Rob,
bit train.
Google it quick. Listen to Vanilla Ice. It is hilarious.
Yeah,
it's like 15
that's what I'm
seconds.
talking about.
What's that?
Vanilla Ice denies ripping off Queen. Just Google that quick.
We sampled them from him, but it's not the same bass line. Like he goes ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding ding ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, they sampled it, but it's not the same.
That's so good.
Ours
That's so good. That's going to be our defense too. But before every song we play in this podcast, we got to be like ding, and then we play it. And then we're like, see, there's a ding in front of it.
There's a gong in front of everything.
there.
Well, that's good because you know what I was going to do? I was going to go visit Aaron and I was going to go hold him off a hotel balcony by his feet.
Oh.
Okay. Fucks around. He finds out what's going on here.
The more you fuck around.
How can somebody named Suge be so mean? You know what I mean? Like to me, you meet somebody named Suge Knight. Oh, sweet. Chivalrous. He's going to be a great guy. He's definitely not going to hang me out of a hotel fire escape by my feet, right? Can you imagine if you dropped Vanilla Ice? How different would this world be if every time you heard Ice Ice Baby, it was like a sad, you know what I mean? Like every time you heard Ice Ice Baby, it was like this.
If he would have dropped him,
yeah,
that Vanilla Ice album, we would have listened to it by now on the list. I guarantee if Suge Knight would have dropped him, he would have been in the top 151.
In the top 150 just for being a martyr.
We'd be like, this song about ninjas was actually about Ninja Turtles.
Go Ninja, go!
Does anyone was that one on that album? Was the Go Ninja song on his album?
No, it was on a second album, and I'm sure at that point he was like, I can't not make hits. I'm gonna make a hit for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna have to do anything else besides make music.
Over under 4.5. Can you guys name 4.5 Vanilla Ice songs not named Ice Ice Baby?
No, but I'm sure Russell can.
0.5.
I know Russell can.
I don't think I can off the top.
No, of course not. Nobody can.
Do you guys know any of them?
Oh shit!
Did he have a reggae?
Does it count when he's on
a
songs
guy?
as Rob Van Winkle with the Bloodhound Gang?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He was with the Bloodhound Gang?
He did songs with the Bloodhound Gang.
Okay, so here's Ice Ice Baby was 94.
I do remember Rolling in My 5.0.
Okay, let's listen to Rolling in My 5.0 real quick.
Oh yeah, this is an easy one.
Look at that hat.
This video.
A little Steve Miller band in here. Just like fully ripping off.
Hey, no, this is not Steve Miller band. That goes.
Yeah.
He's not even really trying here. Even
look at him with no shirt on there. Matt, does this video hold up?
Who would wear no shirt like this? That's crazy. I mean,
it's not a bad beat.
That was so bad.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Not as bad as it gets.
It would be a top 151 album if he had gotten dropped.
If he had gotten dropped.
Snow Informer is way better than that, right?
No.
Pull it up.
A licky boom boom down.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in prison and he's wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been thinking and rage. Oh, so I get it. He learned the rapping.
Yeah. From prison.
What the hell's going on? It's just like guys in glasses with extreme close-ups.
This video is also wild.
If you saw this guy and said, would he be a better teacher or a better rapper? Everyone would pick teacher.
He probably is a teacher.
Oh, I guarantee he's Mr. Snow at some middle school somewhere.
Look at that style. Of course that guy's a teacher.
Now, unfortunately, I have another spanking of the week, which is
I'm not alone. Okay.
that Rob tried to sing a note, and I also cut the music out here. I just want to play this because I thought we would all make fun of Aaron and gang on Aaron and really blast Aaron for being a real piece of shit and make fun of him and say he slips up when he says things. We'd blast him. And then I would play this and everybody would be like, wow, Rob's actually a nice guy. But it turns out Aaron was actually being funny on another level I couldn't even comprehend, including when I edited it. So let's play one making fun of Rob, and maybe we can all agree that maybe Rob is also a cool guy for being exposing himself like this. And well, this does exposing himself. All right, let's just move on.
I don't like you saying exposing yourself when you're got no shirt on right now.
Russell, he's talking to you, Russell. Everyone.
Me too?
Yes. Oh, no, the delay. I forgot.
Need somebody to love.
You're down here. I'm up here. You're down here. Love. Wait. love. Oh,
jeez.
When I cut away the music, you can hear how I just do not hit that note at all. And Aaron, who is the nicest guy in the world, even goes, "Oh, geez." So anyway, that is my spanking of the week.
Can we give one more spanking of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Bad little boy.
So we had John from Edina on, right? And John from Edina, we've talked about him for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, he
He's a
chew
legend.
spit,
He's a legend.
video games. He had a possum that he fed. And there's all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Like John is a legend. He comes on this godforsaken podcast and he talks about his fucking sleep problems and the mask that he wears. That's the story that guy, he gets his one shot to come on this, you know, and I didn't think about it when we were recording, but then, you know, throughout the week, I'm like, that's what we got out of John for his rolling going is now he's got sleep apnea and he wears a mask at night.
He's born again.
Getting old.
That's what he said.
Man, I got news for you. We are old and lame. Okay?
It's true.
That's the way it is. Like we are losers.
You know what? That feeds into my rolling going. So I'll go next.
Rolling going, man. How's it going with you?
Sarah and I, we went out we had a little date night on Saturday night. So we recorded on Friday. So
Nice.
well, can't do anything. Went out Saturday night. We went to a little place called Tosca, which is on 44th between Abbott and Beard. Kind of in that Linden Hills neighborhood area.
Well, it's kind of hard to get to. Because you got to jog around a little bit through the Linden Hills
you got to
neighborhood.
either come from France or come from Xerxes, and then you got to watch out. Yeah, so
You don't want to go in
Just
winter
south of
because
Lake
it's tough to
Harriet,
get
then,
to.
Matt?
well, it's a little more west of Lake Harriet. 44th kind of runs
I'm
right
going
into
to Turkey tomorrow. I'm getting on a plane and going to Turkey. And I guarantee we have talked more about how to get to this Tosca than I will going to
That is not
Istanbul,
our
not
fault.
Constantinople.
Rob, you take amazing international trips all the time, and other than
You
Jenny
talk
getting
about
the
nothing,
vibrator confiscated, I don't think you've ever told us one story
Yeah,
about
we don't
any
hear
of your
shit.
international trips.
I'm a man of mystery. What can I say?
Man of mystery.
So we went to dinner there, and then about a block and a half away is Wooden Ship Brewing. So about 44th and Zenith. So you go just like you're heading back to, you know, and go there. So we're sitting there, it's packed, and I don't know what's going on. It's Pride
44th and
weekend,
Zenith,
things like
I've
that.
never been that far west than 44th.
You know, so it feels like there are some Pride events going on, but I couldn't tell. But I did notice you can always pick out the guy who's an accountant who normally wears a polo shirt and jeans and like one of those like weaved belts. What do they call those weaved belts? You know,
Some
and that's
people
what he
call
wore.
them cool and actually useful. I mean, some people.
You know, a weaved belt. And then he's got to go out with his buddies. So he puts on like jeans and then like a band t-shirt and it just looks completely out of place. So the band t-shirt with the jeans and then some weird pair of shoes. That's my like, oh, that guy's out for a good time tonight. He's not normally out. That's
Right.
kind of a thing.
So is that what you
Do you
were
guys
wearing?
have anything? Do you guys have anything that you just wear and you're like, oh my goodness, like I'm too old to be wearing this anymore. Like I have given up on wearing t-shirts out in public. Like when going out to restaurants, and stuff, I just know I got to at least wear a polo shirt or something.
Yeah.
Like my t-shirt game is just completely gone at this point because of these people. I have a couple Pearl Jam shirts and I might wear them, but it's like I can't. I don't feel comfortable wearing a t-shirt out in public anymore because of these people. Is there anything?
I have an Undertaker WWE shirt. Like it's like a character of the Undertaker, and I'll throw that on once in a while. Then I'll be like, man, this was a mistake.
Yeah.
Like when I run, like if you're wearing that and you run into like someone you know at KFC, that's terrible. That's a horrible day.
Well, not at if you run into them at KFC, not so bad. You're all right.
It's like, listen, I know I haven't seen you guys for a little bit. It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I thought wearing an Undertaker shirt to the viewing would actually be appropriate because it is the Undertaker.
I brought my gong just to see if I can get him to wake up.
And I realize now maybe that's not the best idea. So my apologies.
Yeah.
Is that what you say at a funeral, at a viewing? My apologies.
Hopefully your grandma rests in peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about trying to wake her up.
Yeah. And I'm also sorry I chokeslammed her from the top of the cage. That was my bad. That was on me. I thought it would work out better.
I'm sorry I slammed the preacher into the open casket from the top of the pulpit. We had beef. It was a
Do you
loser
think the
leaves town
Undertaker,
match.
like, does he show, like, let's say someone in his, like, extended family passes away, he can't show up to that event, can he? Like, he can't.
I guess to like go ahead of time, pay his respects, and then not. Because he can't go in disguise. He's gigantic. Like, he can't disguise himself either, right? Like,
Rosie, you got anything you stay away from these days?
my problem is, you guys know I got pants problems. Like, I don't get a lot of complaints about my t-shirt collection, but like every time I get dressed to go out, my lady's like, "We got to get you some new pants." Like, I don't know. I got like 3 pairs of pants, and she's always like, "No, you got to get some new pants." So I don't know. I got some pants issues.
What is she looking for in pants? She's looking for something that's like your buns. She wants to see more of your buns, like those sweet buns.
I don't know.
She wants
Maybe
some
that's
grab
what it
those
is.
buns.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I guess jeans tend to be okay, but yeah, I can't wear my corduroys. Got some other pants that just don't pass the muster, so I'm not sure. I got some issues with the pants.
I got some of those pants that hug your ankle now and show a little ankle, and you're supposed to wear no-show socks. So I got some of those recently. Those seem to be.
Man, you can't wear those and then make fun of people for wearing those shoes that they were wearing a few weeks back, can you?
What shoes were they wearing?
Well, I don't know what you call them.
The Trump
I
shoes.
did. I spoke to a listener who is a Hey Dude shoes enthusiast, and he was a little. He wanted you guys to know that he wears Hey Dude shoes. He has 3
He thinks
pairs,
you actually
so.
shouldn't be in the country. He thinks you should be out of the country. And
Right. Exactly.
What?
yeah, he thinks you should be out of the country and actually have to climb quite a wall to get in. It's actually one of the best walls that we've ever built. What? I'm just talking about walls. I think that's fine.
I did have a work call with this guy a while back, like a customer, I guess you'd call it. And he was wearing like the super rich guy blue shirt with the white collar, like that Vince McMahon or Robert Kraft always wear.
Really?
And part of me wanted to be like, seriously, you're wearing the fucking Robert Kraft, Vince McMahon super rich guy shirt?
Mm-hmm. Ask me about my options trading. That's the look.
Sell me this pen. Yeah, exactly.
I've got a question. How deep is your guys' wardrobe? Like, if you've got 50 t-shirts in there, do you only wear like the same 5 all the time? Or are you always switching it up? Because I've gotten in a bad habit of just wearing like a handful of things that I like almost all the time. Like, this fits good. This fits better than that one. And I rarely go into the deep reserves. How about you guys?
Yeah, Russ is like, listen, it's not going to suck itself shirt it fits. It's one of my best fitting shirts, which is why I have to wear it so much. I have bins for my clothes. Like, I have bins, I have hangers and everything, but I have bins for my t-shirts, and I have put all my nice t-shirts that aren't like thick as shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like the Gildan shirts or whatever. They're all in one bin, and I just have like 10 shirts now that I'm cycling through. And I've just accepted like this other bin. Those are shitty shirts. I'm not going to wear those. I can't toss them because like one of them is the one where it's I have a big dick and you have a small dick shirt. Like, I can't throw that away, but I'm also not going to wear that.
These are shirts you need to tell your story. I have the same thing going on. Like, I've been wearing the same 5 t-shirts, and I'm like, well, I got to get rid of some t-shirts, but I can't like throw them out. These tell a story about me, so they just go into the closet.
No. You can throw them out. Because if you don't throw them out, in 20 years, you will throw them out.
Yeah, it's true.
Or Anna will be throwing them out for you. Rosie's wife at gmail.com.
Yeah, it's true.
She'll be asking the Undertaker at your funeral whether he wants them. Hey, do you want any of Aaron's old shirts, Undertaker man?
I got to admit, at this point, if I feel my coronary artery closing, I might go to my closet and throw away I make the THX sound when I come shirt. Like, that one might just have to go. Because if my kids are like, well, better clean out the closet, and then they pull out that shirt, they're like,
yeah, if your kids have to bring that one to the Goodwill, they'll never be allowed back, right?
Yeah. Well, and I like to think too, if you're at the Goodwill, you open it up, and there's a shirt that says, I make the THX noise when I come. And you're like, what the fuck? This shirt exists?
I mean, those shirts are hilarious though, right? I mean, there's the famous one that I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Mm-hmm. And you see some like hick wearing that. So I saw one the other day, guy riding a motorbike.
Yes, we're back on t-shirt talk in the summer. I love it.
Guy riding a motorbike. And it said, I'm so fat because every time I fuck your mom, she gives me a piece of cake.
Oh my God.
My God.
Jesus.
Oh. This is on his back.
Whoa.
How about that?
How do you think that works?
I don't know.
Like, the idea that you wouldn't just go to sleep is so foreign to me. Like, you'd wake up and be like, well, it's time for cake now.
If there was a piece of cake just sitting there like on the bedstand next to you, Rob, you wouldn't.
I would have to think about that beforehand, right? Like, hey, listen, I know we're about to do this. I get it. Just going to dive in a little bit here.
I think I was at a trivia night recently, and we won trivia, we won the trivia. And the winning team on trivia won a $5 shot and a beer. So we got our shot and a beer, and there were two guys on the trivia team who were there on their e-bikes. And the one guy took the shot, and he was like,
Wait. Back up a sentence. Was that last sentence?
There were two guys on the trivia team who were there on their e-bikes, you know? So the one guy took the shot and he was like, I don't know, like I shouldn't do this and then ride home. And he like took the shot, and the other guy was like, you need to ride home right now. Like go now before it kicks in. I think that's the cake and the sex. Like eat the cake now and then have the sex before the cake kicks in, and then you go to sleep. I think that's how that works.
I got to admit, nobody's ever complained about me having frosting breath. You know what I mean? Like that's never been a thing where it's like, oh, God damn, you smell like frosting. It's so bad.
Rolling going, Aaron. How's it going with you?
Oh man, I got a high and a low. So the highs, had some Copper River salmon tonight for dinner, which was delicious.
Nice.
We don't have California king salmon this year, which is why I don't eat almonds anymore.
How do you cook it on the grill? Well, because I've got my way and I love it. But go ahead.
My way is, do you know the mayonnaise trick?
No.
Oh,
so
God.
I did that sophomore year.
Just let Rob have at it for a minute. Please, everyone needs to go on mute and let Rob go for this.
The mayonnaise trick?
Come on, you've got to have something amazing for this.
I
He's
learned
wiping
this.
sweat off his trying to hold it back.
The disappearing mayonnaise trick?
Oh, come on. It all goes. The thing is that all this mayonnaise. How did you get so much mayonnaise in the tip of your finger cut? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good joke. That's a good joke. So a thin layer of mayonnaise on the flesh side of the fish does not change the flavor at all, but it prevents it from sticking because mayo has a particular chemical reaction with heat. So you can go flesh side down on the grill first. As long as you use the mayo, you have no sticking at all. You don't have to worry about like oiling. You still want to heat the grates. You don't have to worry about oiling them or anything. So gas grill. So I like to do, flesh side down, a turn to get the nice crosshatch grill marks, and then flip it over. And then I cook it to like 120, 125, depending on what it is. Matt,
flesh down, skin up. Flesh down, skin up. That's the way I like to fuck, Aaron.
Ludacris did that one, didn't he?
Yeah, with salmon. That's how I fuck with salmon. I'm cooking it that way.
God. Oh, no.
I like creating a little pocket in a tinfoil, like a little tinfoil pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
I've never tried this.
So put the fillet on the pocket with the skin side down, and then put a little lemon juice if you can, a couple pads of butter, and then put some pesto in there, and then seal that thing up, but leave enough room for everything to kind of bake in there, and put it on for about 25, 30 minutes, and it comes out. I mean, that's the way I like to do it.
I'm going to try that. I did use lemon. I got lemons in the backyard. I used the lemons. I'm going to try Matt's style the next time.
Yeah.
And then I got a problem. I'm going to stick with the we're getting old and decrepit theme, which is that I sneezed on Saturday.
Oh no.
And it hurt. And my back hurt. And the thing is, I really like sneezing. Like I sneeze, like the sun makes me sneeze. You guys might know that about me. So anytime I go outside in the sun, sneezing feels good, man. It's like a release. It's like a violent, explosive thing that happens.
Puts you to bed. Lets you go to sleep.
And now,
Rob, what other kind of things you feel good with violent, explosive?
That's after I eat too much cake usually.
Yeah, I would definitely eat the cake.
Yeah, too much cream in the frosting.
And so
it feels good.
I got to say, the other day that did happen to me where I went and got Starbucks, I was like, God damn, I love the Starbucks iced coffee with some foamy milk on there. And then about 30 minutes later, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about this part of it. I forgot about this part. Where it's just like, I mean, it's like you're mixing soup with more soup. Like there's no resistance whatsoever. Like, it's like a garden hose. Like you've just unkinked it. That's what it's like. I'm like, was the coffee that good? I don't know. But I'm a teacher, so I don't care.
Worth it.
Oh, I have diarrhea all day. Who cares? I'm at home. I mean, whatever.
Home field advantage.
Yeah, I might not even put on pants today.
It's ruined sneezing for me because I sneezed and hurt my back. So that's what happens when you get old, kids.
I know somebody very close to me who's sneezed too hard a couple times and broke a couple ribs and he's been on the IR for a while. Yeah. Getting old.
Hoping that's not me.
Do you tell people? If you break a rib sneezing, do you tell people that? I don't think I could. I'd have to make up a story about like lifting or jujitsu or
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you have a lot. You have a lot of options. Like I don't have those options. I don't know. It just wouldn't. And the thing is, like I've been. It doesn't matter. But I'm hoping.
Aaron, it matters. Tell us.
I've been so careful with my workouts. I've been trying to like really do extra warm ups. I've been trying to mix in some different stuff. I tried the Peloton shadowboxing classes, which I really enjoyed. Feeling good and like feeling like I'm making some progress with my fitness. And then I hurt myself sneezing. It's just like, so I don't know. That's how it's going with me. How's it rolling going with you, Russell?
Rolling going. Things are going good. I did have one thing. We did have to get through the next regional, the final regional of the DVD tournament. But I had to ask you guys about one quick thing. I went out for a walk on the river earlier tonight. You know, I live down by the river where the Biffs used to be, and the Biffs have been removed. I can confirm they have been removed.
Redeemed.
Nice.
Well, we do have to get into the tournament, though. I know we do. We do have the final regional to get to, as the upstairs tenant is finally getting all their stuff figured out, put away. They're starting to find out that my stuff isn't put away. They're wondering what is in this big blue tub. I'm afraid to say it's all the DVDs. So we gotta start narrowing these down. So tonight we're doing the regional for the drama movie.
The next round?
Or no, it's still the
final. Fourth region.
Okay.
Ruff's moving, so it told me he needs to make more space on the floor.
Right.
He needs to ditch his DVDs. Somehow he's got too many of these. So we will do this tournament once more. Now we will go through, we get to pick which movies that we think are hits. But we've got to get rid of some of these DVDs. Now I don't want to alarm ya, but today we're doing drama. So there might be some movies that none of us have seen. Too many DVDs. Russ has too many DVDs. Why does Russ want to keep any of these? All these DVDs. This is 2003. He should check out this new thing called streaming.
Now, I would like to point out that during this song, Aaron's wife at gmail.com came in and gave him a little bevy. And I just thought to myself, like, oh, what are you guys doing? And Aaron would be like, well, we're actually all sitting here listening to a 1.5 long song about Russell's DVD collection. She'd be like, oh, is that the first time he's played a song? That's so creative. He'd make one song for the movies. No, actually, this is the third episode in a row where we've had a theme song for the DVD. And it's actually a different theme song.
I mean, it's impressive. The dedication, Russell, the creativity. Hats off.
All right, so tonight we're doing drama. As we've discussed before, actually, these... they're not alphabetized. They're in random order.
Oh, no. What?
Whoa.
This is fun.
Do I need to change it or not?
No. Let's chaos reigns.
All these dumb shit listeners are going to be like,
now
what?
Let's see what they have to say.
All right. So these are my dramas. Some of these might be considered action. Maybe they're thriller. I'm considering them dramas.
All right.
The first seed in the drama region is the movie Reservoir Dogs. And it is playing the 16 seed, The Godfather.
Oh.
The Godfather is the 16 seed.
Random order, man.
How is this ranking? Look at her.
Maybe the real question would have been, what if it was The Godfather versus The Godfather Part 2 and I can only keep one? Because I've got them both, but they're not in a combo pack.
I love Godfather Part 2. I would keep that. It's longer.
Yeah.
It's more bang for your buck. That's what I would do. Aaron, Russ, it's The Godfather. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is like,
right.
This is like Samford playing like Duke or somebody. Like, they're just getting the doors fucking blown off right
Godfather
now.
versus anything.
Boat raced.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Getting boat raced.
Matt, any thoughts?
No. I just don't know who made this ranking system. How can The Godfather be a 16 seed?
All right, next up on the list, in random order again. The 2 seed is the movie Wall Street.
Uh-huh.
And the 15 seed is A Few Good Men.
Ooh. Well, I have not seen Wall Street. I do know Greed is good. Okay. And that, of course, is something that stuck with me. for my entire life. Okay, I love being greedy. It's one of the greatest things about me. But I would stay with A Few Good Men. I think that whole Jack Nicholson scene is worth the price of admission. Did you call the Code Red? Did you like drinking Mountain Dew Code Red? I like drinking Mountain Dew Code Red. You need me to be drinking Mountain Dew Code Red. Who else is going to drink Mountain Dew Code Red? You need me. And I was going to remember another part and swing that around, but just one more time, I'm going to say you need me drinking Mountain Dew Code Red.
You need me on that wall.
Yeah, I'm a few.
You need me drinking Code Dew drivers, right?
Oh my God.
Code Red Dew driver.
Oh my God.
You read a Code Red Dew driver?
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine? It's just like, well, my shits are red now. Oh well.
It's another story from John from Edina in college.
Wall Street or The Few Good Men?
You asking me?
Yeah.
A Few Good Men, by far.
Aaron?
Few Good Men.
It's sweep. The next one is one where I can't imagine keeping this. I don't even know why I would have bought this. It's such like a hard movie to watch. But it's the 3-seed Primal Fear.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
versus the 14-seed The Usual Suspects.
Can we just let's look up the box cover of Primal Fear, because I am not sure.
Is that the
I believe it's an Edward Norton movie.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the Edward Norton Richard Gere movie.
Yeah. Very good movie. I don't know, man. That's a good movie.
It's a good movie, but it gets kind of dark if I remember right.
Well, yeah, but so does Usual Suspects. Man, I'm taking Primal Fear. I mean, this
Usual Suspects.
I
twist
think
at the end of this one. I'm going Primal Fear.
Is that the Kaiser Sose?
Yeah.
Is that you?
That is Usual Suspects. Yep.
Yeah.
I will take Usual Suspects because, just like Aaron, I'm a big Kevin Spacey fan. He can do no wrong. So I will take Usual Suspects.
What if one of us is like the Kaiser Soze of this podcast? Like we get to episode 500 and it's revealed that Matt was really Rob the whole time. Matt was writing all the parody songs. Matt was doing all the bits.
Like Matt wrote the Rolling Stone 500. Like he was behind the whole list the whole time.
Wow,
Oh
that would
God.
be cool. That would be badass.
That'd be
The 4 versus the 13. There Will Be Blood. Daniel Day-Lewis versus the 13-seed Fargo.
Now, can I just say something too? Because There Will Be Blood. I mean, of course, the answer is Fargo, but There Will Be Blood. He does have that scene called "I Drink Your Milkshake." Now, I want to ask you guys: have you seen the new milkshake at McDonald's that is available right now?
No, what is it?
This is the Grimace Shake. Now, the Grimace Shake, of course, is purple. You can get right now a purple milkshake. Now, of course, Grimace was brought on to the McDonald's team when they did come up with milkshakes. That's his famous thing. Okay, because you might wonder, what is Grimace? Like, he also looks like, if I told you Grimace was also like a mascot for an STD ad, like you'd believe that too, right? Where it's like,
what?
Hey, don't get genital warts. Ask Grimace. He's like, I'm genital warts. You know, like you'd believe that. He looks like a genital wart, but he's also kind of looks like a milkshake. And so they have made this purple milkshake. What do you guys think? Are we going to get this purple milkshake? I'm thinking yes.
No way.
No.
What?
Rob, didn't you just talk about, I mean, you literally said 13 minutes ago.
I know, but
you get that coffee and then 30 minutes later.
Rob, which of the McDonald's characters looks like facial pubic lice?
Oh, those are the Fry Guys. I'm just going to ask you this right now. If you look back into the kitchen and a clown was making your food, you wouldn't eat there, right? Like can't be eating where a clown's cooking. Thoughts?
We got a hairnet on?
Seems fair. Yeah. I mean,
he's throwing ping pong. Bozo's throwing ping pong balls in the deep fryer.
I think it's weird that they sent Ronald to like sick kids. Like that was a weird one to me. Like if that's, you know what I mean?
They made a whole house for the sick kids.
Yeah, a whole house, and like that's Ronald. Like it feels like they could have sent any other character.
Like the Undertaker house, Undertaker WWE house for sick kids.
You will notice there's not as many Undertaker houses for sick kids. They didn't take off as much. I'm always putting my change in there when I go through the Undertaker drive-through, but I haven't seen as many.
What the fuck movie are we on?
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
So, did you guys say Fargo advanced?
Yeah.
No, I'm going There Will Be Blood.
For sure.
Well, I'm gonna do the dissenting opinion of There Will Be Blood.
All right. Ugh. Aaron's the great dissenter.
Yeah.
I'm the great dissenter.
Yeah.
When it comes to the showdown, they won't be there.
I have to admit, beating somebody with a bowling ball, that would be satisfying.
Oh God, beating Paul Dano with it. Sorry, don't make me do that.
Spoiler alert. Macaulay Culkin is not sleeping, by the way. I watched that movie the other day. I was wrong. That movie is not funny.
The 512, the 5 seed is the movie A Time to Kill, and the 12 seed is Good Will Hunting.
Man, fuck that. That's a battle between triceps. Like that, it comes down to McConaughey's triceps versus Matt Damon's triceps. Who you got? I got McConaughey.
I gotta go Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
This podcast sucking. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Rob, the podcast sucking is not. No, it's not your fault. Rob, the last week's
Russell.
episode sucking.
Not you, Russell.
It was not your fault.
Listen,
It's
first
not your
of all,
fault. Rob,
first of all, I want to be clear.
Rob, the other ones where we've done the tournaments and those were boring episodes was not your fault.
I want to be very clear. I know it's not my fault. Okay, first of all, I'm very clear that it's not my fault. That's never been an issue. Ever. Okay. Actually, when I've been editing lately, I'm like, these guys aren't laughing at any of my bits. Like at the end of a 10-minute Bob McFerrin bit, I'm like, they're not laughing as hard as they were at the beginning. Better put in one of Aaron's laughs here into the edit. Yeah, I would say that when I chose to do this podcast, I chose the wrench. You know what I mean? Like that's the funniest part of that movie to me.
Well, if you like them apples, you like the 611. It's a gangster movie off. It's American Gangster versus Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Goodfellas.
American Gangster.
That was one where I was looking at it like, what possessed me to buy that at the Best Buy, right?
Has there this is all upsets, right? This is all upsets.
Everything has been an upset so far, Matt.
Whoever
We'll
made
see
this
if the
ranking.
710 is an upset. We only got 2 games left in this regional.
Now, is it as
All right.
funny as when he's a drunken pilot? No, not really. I love that movie. Have you seen that where he's like, yeah, I'm drunk right now? He's in court. He's like, I'm drunk as hell right now.
Oh, the Denzel one, Flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then at the end, Grimace comes in. And he...
Like, hey, try my shake.
Try my shake.
Is that what Grimace says? Try my shake? Because that makes me feel uncomfortable. Grimace, I'm going right to HR with you. Okay? Try my shake.
All right, the last we got 2 more matchups. The 710 is the movie Michael Clayton, George Clooney,
Oh, that's a good one.
versus the 10, Departed.
Oh. I got to go with The Departed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Departed.
It's a sweep.
Yeah, Departed.
Yeah. That was the movie where I was like, Marky Mark can act. That was the one where I was like, God damn, this guy, he doesn't need the Funky Bunch.
You know me, it was perfect. It was perfect storm for me. That's where he had me.
Do you think the Funky Bunch is like holding out hope? They're like, he might come back.
Just one last.
He's
album.
like, they're
One
like,
last paycheck.
he kind of needs to come back. I made this barbell over here with concrete bricks on either side. I know he likes that.
If we could just get one tour.
The last matchup is the 8-9 seed. The 1 movie is another gangster movie. 8 is Donnie Brasco versus the 9. I believe this stars one of Rob's favorite actors, Mel Gibson. The movie is Ransom. Is that a Mel Gibson movie, Rob?
I want you to blow me. Again, I think of my kids listening to my side of the podcast being like, it's doing his Mel Gibson impressions. Very good.
This might be the weakest matchup. This has got no one that can compete for a Final Four out of this matchup, right?
I'm going Donnie Brasco too, but I can take it or leave it with either.
I think
of these.
Donnie Brasco is fun. I think the whole Fugazi scene in that is so good. You got to keep Donnie Brasco.
Matt, any argument?
Nope.
Now, to be
So we're
clear,
through the regional.
when I got on the podcast today, it was just Russ and I sitting here. Russ goes, I'm going to edit out the whole DVD bracket from the last episode. I said, no, you can't. I said, I made another song this week. You cannot edit that out. I need my song to be played. So
Our
To be
listeners
clear, I
crave
didn't
this
say
shit.
that. I said I was going to edit out the whole bit about the scat cat, whenever we talked about that video. That's what I was going to edit out.
that one can go.
it wasn't as long as I remembered it, though. I remember it being interminable, but it actually... Guys, listen, I get ones of emails about our video review saying they're good or bad. It's not important what they say.
It turns out the dramas, I think it might be heavy weighted. If you look at the movies that advance, I think they're pretty good. We got Godfather, A Few Good Men, Usual Suspects, Fargo, Good Will Hunting, Goodfellas, The Departed, and Donnie Brasco.
Are you suggesting that the drama category is a bunch of good movies and that perhaps it was a good idea to keep this bracket
No, that's not what he's saying at all, Aaron. He's actually saying the opposite.
This is a music podcast.
Aaron's right.
Aaron's right.
Rob's right.
All right.
Now, I knew Russell was going to have a banging collection of dramas. I wasn't concerned. I knew he had good taste.
His favorite part of the show.
I watched a lot of DVDs in Russell's room. Lights on, mostly. Sometimes lights off.
I remember when after college we would go over to Russell's and we would say, Russell, put on American Gangster. He's like, okay, I'm putting it on. It's already in the DVD player. I watch it every day. It's one of my favorite movies. I love the scene where he. All right, so let's get into the album. What's that?
The alpaca. That's the good scene. You don't wipe alpaca. You blot that shit. I already made that joke earlier, but nobody heard me, so I had to do it. Rob,
you made an American Gangster joke, and none of us picked up on it.
Yeah, I made the alpaca joke.
Wow, that is, guys. Are you shocked or not that Aaron can pull an American Gangster quote?
You can pull you can pull that quote, but he's never seen the Bull Durham
or Wrecking Ball.
Still haven't seen the Wrecking Ball video. I'm watching it tonight.
It's ignorant.
Before I go to bed.
Yeah, well, it'll put you to bed, I'll tell you. Here's the deal.
I was trolling.
We are talking about Pretenders by The Pretenders. This is kind of an album. It's punk rock new wave is how it's described. Chrissie Hynde, kind of an interesting story. She grew up in Ohio and she was a punk rocker. And she's like, you know what? If I love punk, I need to go to the center of punk. I am moving to fucking London town. Okay. Foggy London town. I'm out of here. Cheerio. And she worked at the music magazine NME. And while she was there, she befriended Vivian Westwood and Malcolm McLaren, who owned a fashion store called, that's right, Sex. It was called Sex. And it sold BDSM clothing. Okay. And you think, oh, Rob's going to go on a big BDSM tear right now and talk about all the clothes you could wear as BDSM. No, I'm not. Okay. But they did sell a ball gag, which I got to wonder what the dressing room for a ball gag looks like, right? Like, do you go in, you try it on, and you're like, oh, look at this. It's like, well, I could hear you say, what do you think of this? So it's not big enough ball gag. Get a bigger ball.
And do they only cover up the part like where your face is? Like, can you see the rest of your body? And it's just like from your neck up is covered up while you're putting in the ball gag.
So
like
you think
you don't need to change everything, right?
You think the dressing room only covers your head while you put on a ball gag?
Yeah. It's just a sheet that comes down to your shoulder.
But
you don't need to cover everything else up.
The rest, it's like your regular clothes.
That makes perfect sense to me, Russell. I get it.
Oh, God,
hey, what do you think of this leash? Open the curtain. I can't see it.
Come inside here and look at it. I don't want to come out and let anyone see it. I don't want anyone to see it until the wedding.
Yeah. What do you think of?
That's a word we haven't said yet tonight.
They
one of those.
This Malcolm McLaren, who ran the shop, was a big punk guy. That's why he sold BDSM stuff, because that's what these punks were buying. And he tried managing the New York Dolls and was looking
big punk guy
to do the same in London. And at the time, guess who we caught shoplifting in the store? 2 future members of the Sex Pistols. And so he kept wanting to put Chrissie. He knew this singer, and he's like, I want to put you in a similar band to them. I want to put you in a punk band. And this record company and Lemmy from Motorhead found musicians for Chrissie Hynde. They were like, this person's so talented. We need to get people with her. They had released 3 singles before this album. And the singles were so big that this album, even though it's a debut album, debuted at #1 in the UK. Like, that's how big the Pretenders were. And so people think that this might be the best debut album of all time. So we got to think about that. And don't think about that ball gag dressing room, which is all I can picture right now.
Only thing I want to add is that I read that she's from Akron, which is crazy. That's also where LeBron James and Steph Curry are from. Like Akron, Ohio, just like a Midwestern town. And then think of all the people who are from there. I'm probably leaving out some funk artists too. Like Ohio was a funk hotbed.
Yep. And Grimace is from there. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, try my shake.
He hates the Wolverines.
I do love an album that starts with the count off and the 3 drumstick taps. I like that. Good vibes. This one for sure. My son was like, this is good music.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, this is 79. This is punk turning into pop, right?
I like the way you cross the street, cause
it's more like punk that actually has musicians who can play their instruments.
Yes.
Because the guitars throughout this are amazing, if you ask me. I don't know if you see, they've been opening up for Guns N' Roses on their most recent tour.
Did see that,
Really?
Matt.
Yeah.
Pretenders
And if you
have that?
hear it, and as you start listening, you hear some of the guitar riffs and some of the guitar solos again. And you're like, yeah, you can see where this is kind of where some of these guys got their influence.
I heard
from.
they were having some trouble on the tour because Chrissie Hynde was like, hey, we got to get the show started. We got to go. We got to do it right now. And you know what Axl Rose said?
What's that?
You got to have patience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Christie was like, I co-own a hospital at home and the doctors aren't making any money.
Okay.
And Axl Rose is like, oh, I know the solution to that. And you gotta have patience. Yeah.
Aaron, you want to make any wise cracks while we're making patience?
No, because the thing is, I'm doing the hell out of this whistle solo, but you can't hear it. But you're going to hear it later when it comes out back in post. You're going to be like, damn, he can really whistle that patience solo.
I can't wait for that. Next up,
I've been walking the streets at night.
it's so good. And a very hard karaoke song.
Right.
Yes, I love it.
Beat gets stuck in the ground.
You see me nodding in my little changing room with the ball
No,
gang
I
on.
don't like being stuck
Kinda
in
see me
the
nodding
ground
through the
because I
curtain.
need you.
Hey, you guys, that's not the same beat. It's not the same.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, Russ, wet blanket. The phone call.
Somebody used to know that time ago.
Ooh, and Rob, you play. I thought of you every time, Rob. It's got a time signature change. Rob's favorite thing. They change time signatures.
I love it. What is this time signature?
This would be like 4-4 or 2-4, but then it does like a 3 against 2 kind of thing.
You know I love that. I love that shit.
Right?
I missed one in Blondie too, and I saw it on TikTok. I was so mad. How do you guys talk on the phone? Like when listen, I gotta have like a 10-minute conversation on the phone. Are we putting on headphones? What are we going for a walk? What are we doing when we need to talk on the phone? We're not holding the phone up to our head, right?
Oh God, no, I'm headphones. Yeah.
You know what Jenny does? Speakerphone in the house.
That's her whole family, right?
Her speakerphone, and it's so bad that her boss contacted her and said, listen, the people you talk to say that your Wi-Fi connection is bad. So, and I was like, no, it's her speakerphone. And she like puts the speaker flat down on the counter. Like it's not her Wi-Fi. And then he said, do you think your husband can fix the Wi-Fi? And I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
My Wi-Fi is getting blasted from Jenny's work. Like there's
Rob's like a gamer. His Wi-Fi is just fine. He needs to. Yeah, what the hell?
I'm just going to tell you right now, if you want to insult somebody, as soon as you get in their house, go, oh, your Wi-Fi is so slow. Like if somebody says to you your Wi-Fi is slow, it's a dagger because you're like, oh, God.
You guys know, I had to email my internet service provider after our last episode. I was like, yo, my Zoom kept dropping and my guys are going to be picking on me on the podcast.
Yeah. And because you went to Xfinity, they were like, don't worry.
Man,
shit.
I dropped Xfinity years ago.
Speaking of Xfinity and the internet, so right before we came on this podcast, I'm down here in the basement where
of the Smash Pad.
Audio quality is terrible again. But I get a text from the upstairs tenant saying the TV's not working.
Oh, God.
So right before we start recording.
That is such a tenant thing to say. The TV's not working.
I go upstairs, just be like, oh, maybe I could help out or something. And the TV's working. They said they figured it out. But they said, I couldn't get it to work, so I was going to go unplug the internet because I thought maybe there was something wrong with the internet. But the upstairs tenant said, I was worried that if I unplugged the internet during your podcast, you would throw a shit fit.
Rightfully so. You planned this evening. Right? This is important. Right.
Did you explain to her the bit you did about the dressing room for the ball gag where it just covers your head? She wants to cut that off. She wants to cut off the internet. It's like Elon Musk at Twitter.
Rob, if they had a store with just those, if they had just that dressing room, I bet that dressing room would be called Up the Neck.
Oh. Up the Neck.
With my head pressed between my knees, under the bed with my teeth sunk into my own flesh.
Do you guys know any song besides Brass and Pocket on this whole album?
No.
I do know one, actually.
Yeah, there was one other one, right? Yeah, there was one other one we knew. I think of the Clash a lot too. I mean, obviously it's around the same time. Like,
yeah,
it's similar vibe to me. In fact, they even had like a ska song or reggae song.
She was going to get married, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was going to be in the Clash for a while. Like that was her. Yeah, and then she was dating. Okay. Who was she dating?
She tried to convince Steve Jones and then Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols, who were managed by McLaren, to marry her to get her a work permit. Hyde's version of this episode is that Rotten offered to go to the registry office with me and do the unmentionable. But when he subsequently withdrew, Sid Vicious volunteered to take the place. Upon arrival at the registry office the following morning, they found it closed for an extended holiday and were unable to attend the following day due to Vicious making a court appearance. So, sound like she dodged a bullet.
That is pretty punk, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty punk. Tattooed Love Boys.
This is Rosie's song.
This is the song I know.
You know this one?
And if you gotta wait till the guitar hook.
This is
you might have to go to the
punk.
beginning.
But you mess with a good star. You gotta
You want me to go to the beginning?
Fast forward a little bit, Rob. Oh, that right there. No,
yeah.
You were good right there.
good star. You gotta pay. Yeah.
This part, I know this song immediately. You guys know this song?
A good time.
No.
I know it from the game Guitar Hero 2. This song was in Guitar Hero 2. When Matt was talking about great guitar songs, that's where I remembered this from, is playing this in Guitar Hero 2. And so I thought we could do a list of the greatest songs ever from the video game Guitar Hero 2.
Yes. Yes, I'm here for
And I
this.
love that Russell did Guitar Hero 2, so he could do this later.
Yes.
Different Guitar Heroes.
I do have to give some shout outs, honorable mentions to the song Wolf Mother, or Woman by Wolf
So
Mother.
good.
Great song.
Great song.
Danzig Mother, I should say. Woman was Wolf. Wolf Mother was woman. Danzig is mother.
Yeah.
Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son. I know Aaron doesn't
Yeah.
like Kansas, but that song
Wait, do I not like
rocks on the
Kansas?
guitar.
Hold up.
I thought you said you don't like them.
I do like Carry On My Wayward Son. Great show choir tune.
Primus, John the Fisherman, Stray Cats, Rock This Town, and the final song in the game, Freebird. All great songs that did not make the list.
Also, I thought about Primus a lot on this album because she does that kind of like mumbly, just like I'm talking, and then there's like some lyrics going on, and I'm singing. That sounds like Primus to me. But let's go into the list.
All right, first song on the list is from 1971. This was in the thrash and burn section of Guitar Hero 2. It's the Rolling Stones, Can't You Hear Me Knocking?
Oh God, this song fucking rules. Is this on Sticky Fingers?
I don't know that. Matt, do you know?
I don't know. That is so, God, what a great song to play on. And you know, Guitar Hero, like you'd play this, and really when you were deep into it one night, you felt like a fucking rock star when you nailed one of these songs. You were in the groove. And you knew you had it when you went to sleep and you saw dots falling as you closed your eyes. That's when I knew I was playing enough.
Chrissie Hynde said one of her all-time favorite bands. She said the Beatles and the Stones. She grew up in the 60s wanting to be Brian Jones. And I was actually reading, there was an Apple Music write-up on the album Inspiration by the Pretenders. It said Chrissie Hynde has never seen a reason to draw a line in the sand between 60s rock and pop versus punk.
Oh. Yeah, that is from Sticky Fingers.
Next song on the list is from 1973. This was in the String Snappers part of Guitar Hero 2.
Oh.
The song is Search and Destroy by Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, did they do this on Guitar Hero? That must have been hard.
We've done one Stooges album before, right?
Yeah. Raw Power? No. What's the name of the Stooges album we did? Doesn't matter.
It's our most downloaded album, too, by a mile. Funhouse? Was that what it was? Funhouse?
Yeah, that's Funhouse, yeah.
God damn, I'm smart.
Well, we might not have been huge fans, but Chrissie Hynde, huge fan. Iggy Pop was essentially her musical hero. And when she moved to England, she had 3 albums with her. One was Raw Power. One was White Light, White Heat by the Velvet Underground. And the other one was Funhouse by the Stooges. So huge fan of Iggy Pop. Next song on the list is from 1975. This was a relentless riff in Guitar Hero 2. We've talked about this band once or twice before. The band is Heart. Yeah. The song is Crazy on You.
God, Heart fucking rocks.
No. Yes.
You rocking out to that on Guitar Hero?
It's a great song.
Crazy on You. I mean, what... I'm telling you guys, we have Rock Band at the cabin. Try to set it up every year. You play the drums, and I got a smoke machine off eBay that plays on certain songs, so it blows smoke in your face while you're playing.
Wait, and
yeah.
You also now have a disco ball, right?
And there's multiple disco balls in the area, of course. My dad has hung up disco balls.
Anywhere
Yeah.
Robert Sr. is, there's a disco ball.
Yeah. Then he said, oh, your mom bought this at the store. she was in a dressing room that only covered her head. I was like, wait a minute.
Ann Wilson said in the early days of their band, an all-female rock band was kind of a novelty and they had credibility issues. But she said few women like Chrissie Hynde, Joan Jett proved they were the real thing, and it helped them and made it much better for women in the rock space. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, next song on the list. I think this is one of Rob's favorite bands. He's got at least one song I think he likes by them. From 1978, this was in the amp warmer section of Guitar Hero 2. It's You Really Got Me by Van Halen.
I actually would say I do not like Van Halen.
You don't like Van Halen?
I do not care for Van Halen. I think Hot for Teacher is one of the greatest songs of all time. Do not like Van Halen.
I specifically picked this because I thought you liked Van Halen.
I gotta say, they're kind of growing on me as I get older. I'm kind of getting in my Van Halen phase.
I just can't get over Eddie's stuff about how he doesn't listen to music. And like, I would like them better if I never read any of their interviews.
Yeah, but he also named his kid like Wolfgang, right? Like, he's like, I don't listen to music. And then he names his kid Wolfgang. It's like, well, I think you're
suspect.
Yeah. It would be like if I was like, oh, I've never eaten at McDonald's. And then you know what I would name my kid? You guys will not
Grimace.
guess what it... Grimace.
Do I have to take my spanking now or not?
Let me think. You can actually take your spanking now and later. And get into this dressing room.
Oh, sorry. Can I try that again with the ball gag on?
Well, it's a very small ball gag. That would almost be more annoying than a big ball gag, right? Like if it was really small, you'd be like,
more of an annoyance than a true gag.
Like trying to pretend like you can't talk through it, and the person's like, no, I can totally hear you. Like I know exactly what you said.
It feels like I have sand on my tongue. It's just this little ball gag.
In 1981, Eddie Van Halen actually toured with the Pretenders, and he came on stage to play a few songs. He was going to play Wild Thing and Louie Louie with the Pretenders on stage. His amp blows up, so he has to use Chrissie's guitar, and it left him like befuddled because her guitar's got like that jangly sound that we're hearing on this album as opposed to what he was playing at the time. So that was pretty crazy.
That's crazy on you to tell us that, Russell.
That's crazy on you.
So I am
last
listening
song
to
on
you
the
guys,
list,
in case you wonder.
Best Guitar Hero 2 songs.
I love this.
Is from 1997. This is the Foo Fighters and Monkey Wrench.
Man, does Guitar Hero 2 have the vocalist option too? Did you sing on Guitar Hero 2 or just
I don't
guitar?
think they had they might have had the bass option.
Because the one where you can sing.
I love the pause in the song. Hold on, ready?
Yep.
I think it's a great pause.
Man,
Fake
Hard to
ending,
do
right?
too, right? Like
Right here
this
you go.
band had to be tight. Yeah.
Taylor Hawkins, big fan of the Pretenders. When he died, they did the Wembley Stadium tribute to Hawkins. And the first band that came on stage, the Pretenders.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
Dave
man.
Grohl
That's
said
cool.
he and Hawkins shared a musical love and spent many a night singing and dancing to the Pretenders. But what the song they played at the tribute concert, Pretenders played, led by Chrissie Hynde, with Dave Grohl on bass. They played Tattooed Love Boys, the song we just listened to, which was on Guitar Hero 2.
Oh my God, Russell.
Full circle.
That's
Such a good
badass.
list.
Guitar
My
Hero
God.
2, that's a game, right?
What a list.
What a
it
list.
is a game.
Another Beck Did It Better list by Russell. That was easily a
It was
top
better than the
5
song
list.
I had.
Oh, yeah.
That was it was the video game my mom got the cheaper version of that game. And it was actually Jug Band 2. And it was a big jug. And there was only like 2 songs.
It's just Will the Circle Be Unbroken?
Yep.
And
the one that goes jug solo. Next up, Space Invader. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking on the album. You're like, God, I wish there was an instrumental. That's what everybody says, right?
I do. This seems like a good time. I gotta shout out my mom. She sent my son a new batch of pants, and some of them were made with Space Invader fabric, and he's fucking stoked. So he gets to wear video game fabric pants to school, and he's really pumped up.
And then
But you didn't get any new pants.
Yep. And then Aaron's wife.
No, none for
Aaron's
me.
wife looks at Aaron and goes, I wish you had Space Invader pants, you piece of shit. I hate your pants.
It happens. It's true. It happens.
It's the number one thing I hate about you. It's your pants.
Oh, jeez.
Aaron, your pants don't have like a rip in the crotch or anything like that.
No, they're just I don't know. Like I got some like boring green corduroys and some black pants. And I got these like, athletic / casual pants.
Listen,
like just like those.
When you said boring green corduroys, say no more. I understood that line. That was a sentence my brain understood perfectly.
What, does she just want you to wear like Old Navy jeans every day or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like you're mixing it up quite a bit.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Well, I wear gym shorts most days, but if we go out, I put on some pants. I like to keep the lady happy.
Wow, Aaron. What a treat. Hey, babe, today, pants going on. Yeah, they're my crazy green corduroy or whatever you said, normal green corduroy.
You guys, hey, we're going out tonight. You want me to bring the green corduroy ball gag or just the normal ball gag?
That would be the worst. A corduroy ball gag.
So uncomfortable.
It's like it's moist from last time. You're like, ugh, it's cold ball gag. That would be the worst, right? What would be the worst? A cold ball gag or one that's already warm? Ugh. The weight.
But not like the band.
What do you think of Chrissie Hynde's vocal stylings, Aaron? She's very unique, isn't she?
Yeah, she has that thing of sometimes sounding bored and then sounding like she's got kind of a snarl, like sort of like Debbie Harry. It's a good vibe.
So this is the first song that I saw that Chrissie Hynde had a writing credit to the song. I don't know, but this is probably not her most famous writing credit that she's ever gotten. Can you guys imagine what her most favorite writing credit could possibly be?
No, what is it?
No.
Can we imagine it? I could imagine it.
Imagine. Wait, what's the other famous Pretender song? There's
Is it WAP?
Shit. What's the other?
I thought we did it last week. It was the Rush Limbaugh song.
There's a more famous Pretender song.
Well, there's more Pretender song, but not a Chrissie Hynde song.
Oh, Rush Limbaugh, the NFL analyst.
So you know this, Matt? You know a different song that she wrote?
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob. Hit play.
Smelly cats.
Did you write this?
That's Chrissie Hynde right there, guys.
That's her?
She helped Phoebe Cates write
That's her in the
Smelly
I didn't
Cat.
know that.
That is her. And so my wife, biggest Friends fan there is in the world.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Hello.
We sing this song all the time at the house.
I thought we were on
Chrissie Hynde song.
I thought
That's
we were
amazing.
on a big break.
What are they feeding you?
Aaron, are you listening to my joke?
No, I'm listening to the song.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. Big Friends fan. Oh, you're a big Friends fan? Hello.
Oh, there it is.
I'm Ross.
Yeah.
We were on a big break. Because they're big, so it's like a big break.
Did you mute the clip to do the joke?
What? No.
All anybody wants to hear is Smelly Cat.
You know what I was hearing? I was thinking when you listen to that, they've got the studio audience or the laugh track. We should have a laugh track. Rob, can we have a laugh track for the podcast?
We should do at least one episode with a laugh track.
So we can hit the button.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do need that.
We need a laugh track, Rob.
I absolutely love my penis. Like I wouldn't.
That's not a
trade
laugh,
anyone
though.
else's penis.
No.
That makes me laugh.
So long story short, Rosie, you're the only one who seemed very impressed by that.
I'm
Chrissie
excited.
Hynde
It's amazing.
wrote that,
Smelly
helped
cat?
make that song. Yeah, we sing that all the time as well. 'Cause my cat now is old and smells.
Did you know it was her, Matt, or did you have to do some research?
Did a little research. Yeah,
I'm
did a little
impressed.
research.
I liked Friends. I liked Friends when they were like, you know what people like? Nipples. We're going to do, this is just this nipple season. But they had that one season where it was just like nipples like crazy. Everybody had big nipples. They were pointing out as nipple time. That was my
Now you gotta pull up the Adam Sandler song when he just does nipple, 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 nipple.
You know what? I'm going to pull it up. Guys.
Oh, no.
Guys. God damn. Adam Sandler. He's got it. You can say what you want. Adam Sandler. Grade A shit. I remember I tricked my grandma into buying his CD for me. They're all going to laugh at you. And she's like, oh, my grandson, do you like this CD? Why don't you play a song for me? And I'd be like, okay.
Oh.
Here's one. It's about a guy who works at the toll booth. You're gonna like this one.
Like Steve motherfucking Polychronopoulos and the goat ass
Steve motherfucking Polychronopoulos. The best Sandler whatever was the goat. Did you guys ever listen to the one with the goat where there's like the old man who like beats the goat because the goat gets away from the truck?
I remember everybody I knew had that CD. They'd be like, "Yeah, fucking it." We'd be listening to a skit, laughing every time. Like,
I wonder how we ended up in this podcast together. It's weird.
yeah, it's so strange. All our wives are like, "Yes, I also listened to the Adam Sandler CD." Can you imagine? Russell, if you moved with your roommate? She's like, "Well, here's what I brought. It's the Adam Sandler. They're all gonna laugh at me CD." We'd be like, "What?"
It's just us laughing over and over at
She's like,
Ladyland.
She threw out all of her possessions except for the Adam Sandler CD. She's like, "This is the one thing I brought." You're like, "Well, maybe I should rethink."
Here's the fourth version of the Hanukkah song.
There's this joke about the bush going up to her belly button. It kills every time. My favorite part of the CD. All right, stop your sobbing.
Stop your sobbing.
It is time for you to stop all of your sobbing.
Oh, come on. What a great start.
It's time for you to
Fun.
stop.
Yeah.
This is the
That was
first
pretty
single.
dynamic. It kind of lures you in at times, then hammers it down. And I like the guitars too, Matt. I think you said the guitars earlier. But
This is a cover
I
of a
enjoy
Kinks
this.
song. This is the first single they released. Only one on the album. Now helped written by Chrissie Hynde, I think. Or actually, there's maybe a couple more, but most of them are written by her. Private Life.
what do you guys think? What's the most similar band to this? What would you compare them to?
I mean, I think I already said it. For me, it's the Clash, where it's like, I mean, you want to say Blondie because we just heard them, and they also have a female lead singer, but that's kind of reductionist. Matt probably has a better idea.
Well, no, I was going to say, giving away my ending here, but the fact that What's Her Nuts from Blondie is called the Queen of Rock and Roll, when we've talked about all of these other artists, but from Heart to, I think Chrissie Hynde is way better artist, and I could be off on that, but like this band is way better than Blondie, in my opinion. Blondie came out about a year before it, so they obviously heard Blondie and knew Blondie and all that stuff when they were writing this album, but I don't know. I think this just blows away the Blondie album.
I think you're right. I don't see how.
When you want to hear about
Perfect.
the greatest.
All right,
albums
here we
of
go.
all time.
Have a good night, everybody.
It's a wrap.
Some of Grimace and a ball gag. I mean, we know that's a joke we're gonna make, right? Like, just picture
I mean,
that
you
in
hear
your
some Patti Smith in there too, right? I mean, you hear some of that.
Yep.
from
That's a good call,
head.
Matt.
I like that. All right.
some of those stylings.
Now, some of you real hindheads might have said, "Rob, you played those out of order. You should have been played Kid next." Or no, you should have played
I think you're doing
Kid.
Wait.
I haven't played Kid yet, have I? I don't think so.
No more songs we got.
You
like
have
four?
not played Kid yet. I love any song that sounds like it could have been in a New Girl episode, and this sounds like it could have been in a New Girl episode.
This is a song about how a kid finds out that his mom is a prostitute. And I think we can all agree that would be a bummer, right? That would be a bad day.
Could be
Depends on how they found out.
Russell.
Like they find out because their friends are talking about it at the schoolyard or something. Or
It would be bad to find out if you were like in Las Vegas and she was on one of those cards that Gentleman John or whoever was hanging out.
that would be the
That'd be
worst.
the rough way to
Could you
find
imagine
out.
like you're in Vegas for like your buddy's 21st birthday or bachelor party, and you go down and they're clicking those cards, and it's oh my god,
Move on.
When you come from the desert, that's what pretty
it's
girls
your
do.
mom doing the purple
no.
shake on one of those cards. Oh my god.
You know what? That would take some time. That would be something where like, you'd be like, well, at least I know this is going to be the worst day of my life. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that could possibly get worse than this.
And then you're going to be like, she only charges like $40 too. That would be like,
bad. A cheap mom. Mom,
no
hey,
standards.
hey, all the moms out there, I just want to tell you right now, respect yourself, okay? Charge a lot for sex work. Thank you. All right. I do want to talk, well, here, let's go. Brass and Pocket.
I've been driving.
Did you guys figure out what Brass and Pocket means?
This has a bunch of like British slang in it, right?
Yeah. And I saw that brass, they're referring to ass, and Brass and Pocket is like ass in the jeans. I was like, I'm going to start saying that. Like, oh, look at Aaron's pants. You can barely see his brass in pocket. I hate these fucking
The brass
pants.
in my pocket. Gotta get some better pants.
Yeah. Oh, these green piece of shit pants that my fucking husband wears all the time. I fucking hate these pants. God
Yeah, I
damn
hear you,
it.
Matt. Yeah.
And it was more because it was how Rosie was singing Rob's fart song or whatever.
The fart and cake song.
So really, it was from you, Rosie. That's how.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lovers
I'll take it as a
of
compliment.
lovers of today.
I kiss the eyes of my baby.
Guys, this is a vibe album.
Yeah.
This is a make you look cool album. Okay, me in college, breaking out my Adam Sandler, They're All Gonna Laugh at You CD. Not cool. You, college, breaking out Pretenders. Very cool.
Chrissie Hynde once said the greatest rock guitar player ever was Jeff Beck. She actually had Jeff Beck come in and play a song with the Pretenders. They recorded a song called Legalize Me. I think Rob's got it. You'll have to check this out.
Jeez.
Nice.
That's a face melter. Jeez.
She said Jeff Beck had gone to Planet Beck, where no other guitar player has ever gone. So she brings Jeff Beck in, clears out the studio of everyone except the engineers because she doesn't want everyone to like freak out and be overwhelmed, like, hey, this is their hero. And he comes in, he starts playing, and she said she couldn't take her eyes off his guitar. She was in awe, but they were like super business about the whole thing. So when he left, they were just like, oh, thanks for coming in. We'll see you around some other time. And he walks out of the studio and they all just lost their minds. They were like, holy shit, can you believe he did that? So when it comes to crushing the rock guitar on a Pretenders song and being Chrissie Hynde's guitar hero, who did it better?
Jeff Beck did it better.
Badass.
It's not Beck. It's like Ding Beck. It's like Jeff Beck.
It's not the same. It's Jeff Beck.
It's Jeff Beck.
Ding.
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck. Listen, can I just tell you how powerful this Adam Sandler CD is? I'm just going to say the title of one track and see if you don't laugh at this, okay? And those of you at home, too, see if you don't laugh. It's the first one, Assistant Principal's Big Day. I cannot tell you what happens in that skit, but I guarantee I laugh. I could just picture it's funny as shit. All right.
Red hooded sweatshirt on that album?
Dip, sweatshirt.
There's Fatty McGee. There's the beating of a high school janitor. I mean, that's a classic.
Oh, no.
My mustache.
Medium pace. Oh, God.
Oh,
Stop.
One of the songs is the beating of a high school Spanish teacher.
Oh.
You're laughing. We're laughing at this. I guarantee Aaron and I have definitely sang at a medium pace with a bunch of other people in a dorm room. At least 5 times.
Yes.
Of course. Yep.
Oh,
Something.
Make me
watch me whack
my
off.
Imagine if you're like,
between my legs.
honey, I love you. What song should we pick for our wedding? I can't believe we've been together so many years. But what song should we pick that really shows that we're together? We're bonded forever. She goes, oh, yeah. My favorite song ever is Toll Booth Willie. Like, nobody's going to say that except for guys that look just like us. All right. Mystery Achievement.
Is this the final song or not?
Yes.
Oh, man, sad. It's over.
There's deluxe editions of this all over. Beware, everybody. Beware. 12 songs.
That was a pretty killer ending. I like this song as the last song. Matt, what do you think?
Is it time for the rating system again?
Oh. It's time for Rob to introduce the rating system.
You know what, guys? Let's get into. Oh, God, that's something in my mouth. Don't know what that was.
It's a tiny ball gag.
It's a tiny. I mean, this isn't even worth the money.
It's warm.
It's oh no. Let's get into
What if it was a Cadbury egg ball gag?
Oh,
you just couldn't quite bite down on it.
Tie me up, Easter Daddy. Let's go. My God, I would be so happy. You know, that's one of those things where they say, "What could you eat 50 of?" I think I could eat 50 Cadbury eggs.
Oh,
I bet
wow.
I could. I bet I could.
I'd be willing to try it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I bet you couldn't. There's no way you could.
That's
That'd be impossible. Nobody could ever do that.
Oh. Someone has tried on YouTube, I'm sure.
You just see me. You see me like, you just see me. I'm at home and I'm like, wake up. Alarm goes off. I hit the alarm. I get up, go to the kitchen, put 3 Cadbury eggs in a glass, drink them down, go to the CVS, realize that there's no Cadbury eggs because it's not the fucking spring. They just don't sell them all the time like they should. Fucking pieces of shit. I can't get any Cadbury eggs. I brought 3 Cadbury eggs, by the way, back from England for my friend Suzanne. And they've been in my fridge, right? Jenny the other day was like, hey, I ate one of those Cadbury eggs of Suzanne's. I was like, I brought those back from a different country for her. And Jenny was like, yeah, I ate one. And she knew it. I was like, oh, wow. That's nuts.
How long have they been there for, though?
Well, I don't know. When did I go to London? Do you guys remember the stories I told about going to London?
It's like 8 months ago.
Yeah, we haven't heard any of them. So
I think I told a lot of great stories about that. One of them was about Grimace and a ball gag. And get ready for that joke later because here it comes after the thing. Listen, we are in the rating systems. We were talking about pretenders at pretenders. Listen, this is 152 on the list. And you might say, oh, are you guys tired of talking to each other because you're trying to bang out all these episodes so you don't have to do anything over July? What?
Ooh,
no.
I like when you say bang. You're talking about us.
What do you think? We are teachers? We're trying to take the summers off? We want to actually do absolutely nothing? Hang out with our families? I mean, if I say to my families, the beating of a high school bus driver, they're not going to laugh like you guys do.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
The beating of a podcast host wearing a ball gag.
Oh my God. Oh, the jokes write themselves. So this album, 152, okay, is this a perfect album? The Pretenders. Listen, it's a great album. It's great singing. It's great. It's punk. It's pop. It's everything. What do we think? 152, rolling well-toned, rolling boned, or rolling grown? Aaron, what do you think?
I think it's rolling boned. I think it's better than some of the other stuff we've heard from similar bands of the same era. And I think it's great music. So it's the right formula. It's rolling bone. Should be higher on the list.
Russell, what do you think? Rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling grown? The Great Pretenders.
I thought it was a pretty dynamic album. That kind of, like I said.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Oh, no. Now, the question is, are we going to make fun of Russell's Wi-Fi in the same way that he made fun of Aaron's last week?
No.
Are we going to do that? I don't think we can. We can't make fun of Russell, right? It's kind of scary. Like you never know. Are we good? We just made the jokes about insulting his Wi-Fi earlier in the episode, if you remember.
No. It's too much.
Well, at least Russell looks happy. At least Russell looks happy the way that he's smiling, sitting there.
Oh, man.
Wait, I can see something on his screen. It says downloading track beating of a high school science teacher. It's keep coming on this album. How is this album been out of the list? And thank you, everybody. That was the episode. Thank you so much. Oh, Russell, you're back.
Oh, that was terrible.
Russell, what do you got?
Right in the middle of the most important part.
Yep. And we're not even going to say anything about your Wi-Fi.
We heard dynamic. You said dynamic, and then you cut out.
I was just saying this. I think before this podcast, the biggest thing I ever did since like high school choir in terms of music was getting into Guitar Hero. This got me back to Guitar Hero 2. So because of that, I'm going to say it's rolling well-toned.
And Matt, rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling grown, The Pretenders?
Rolling Bone. This is one of the best albums that we've heard from the late 70s, early 80s. It's up there with Talking Heads and some of those other groups. So and it's probably just personal with me now, the whole Blondie thing and calling her the queen of rock and roll. And when we've got artists like this, bands like this, oh God, it did. I don't know.
It was Kermit the Frog that called her that, not me.
What? Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Remember, Kermit the Frog called her the queen of rock and roll on the Muppets song.
Listen, this gets a rolling expatriate. You guys are wrong, first of all, for 150 times in a row. Okay, almost forgot the bit. This gets a rolling expatriation. Patriot. What do you call that? Patriotation. Oh no! Please stop. Please stop saying
Patriation?
that. Patriot. Expat. What does that expat stand for? Tell me.
Expatriate.
No idea what's going on.
Expatriation.
Patriation. Okay, edit point. Note for self. This is a foreign exchange student that actually did something worth a damn instead of just telling everybody years later, I was a foreign exchange student. Yeah. Okay. This was somebody who actually went and made music and became one of the most famous bands. I mean, guys, they're putting out albums like every 5 years. You look at the album list of Pretenders, they've been putting out albums consistently. Like, it's crazy. But next up, Aaron, I'm just going to ask you this. This is a serious question. Do you know who PJ Harvey is?
Yes, because she did music for Peaky Blinders.
Damn. That's what we have next. It's Dry by PJ Harvey.
I don't know
When
this
you
album.
want to hear about the greatest albums of all time.
I was like, oh, good, we'll hear some Family
But you're
Feud.
just too lazy to look
But it wasn't the Harvey I was thinking of. You want a woman to stroke your blank. Beep. Dick. Oh,
We
God
surveyed
damn.
100.
I can't believe you said dick.
We surveyed 100 men.
Yeah.
Top answers are on the board.
Yeah. Amateur blank. Amateur blank.
Hey,
Did you guys
Rob.
hear that?
Rob, this
I
bit,
don't know.
it's not your fault.
Oh, no.
It's not your fault, Rob. No, Rob, you don't understand.
It's time.
Making us do the episode on Monday night because you got to travel abroad again. Not your fault. Us waiting a half hour because Aaron didn't know we were on because you didn't tell him we were on. It's not your fault, Rob. Rob, it's not your fault.
Not you, Russell. Not you.
I got a little tiny grimace in my mouth. Wait, I fucked up the joke. God damn it. That was the that's on me. That's my bad. It's not my fault though, Russell. You're right.